Welcome to Snappy Docuseries.
President Donald Trump has made his position on illegal immigration very clear. He wants stricter border control. He has spoken about mass deportation of undocumented immigrants. He points to his election victory as proof that people support his views. Despite his strong stance, here is why Trump will not be able to deport a single illegal immigrant. Well, except perhaps the criminals. Number 1. Mass deportations would be very difficult and expensive. The cost of removing just 10% of illegal immigrants will be over $300 billion. Think about it. Trump often talks about how mass deportation of immigrants. He says that many people, including Latinos and young voters, support his ideas. He sees this support as a sign that he should continue to push for changes in immigration law. However, that is unlikely. Whatever your personal opinion about Trump, one thing is certain. He is a shrewd businessman, and he knows too well the cost-benefit is not in his favor. Many industries in the United States rely on the labor of undocumented immigrants. These workers often take on jobs that Americans are unwilling to do. These are often difficult jobs in agriculture and construction. Farming is a prime example. Immigrants work long hours in fields, harvesting crops. Without them, many farms would struggle to find enough workers. This would lead to higher food prices for everyone. Construction is another industry that depends on immigrant labor. From building houses to roads, these workers are essential. They often work for less pay than American workers. This keeps construction costs lower. The reliance on undocumented immigrants is a complex issue. It highlights the demand for their labor in certain sectors. Mass deportation of undocumented immigrants will present a serious threat to the sustainability of immigrant-heavy sectors of the economy. The United States is facing a decline in the number of American men in the workforce. This trend has been accelerating for the past 25 years. This is due to several factors, including an aging population and drug epidemic. More than 60 million Americans use illicit drugs according to HHS, and more than 3 million Americans are addicted to opioids. The vast majority of these are men in their prime work age, 18 to 55 years old. Additionally, more and more American men are becoming dependent on entitlement programs and exiting workforce altogether. As a result, there are fewer American workers to fill certain jobs. Immigrants, both documented and undocumented, help to fill this labor gap. They bring a willingness to work in industries that are struggling to find employees. This is especially true in physically demanding jobs. Without immigrants, many businesses would face labor shortages. This could slow down economic growth and impact all Americans. The contribution of immigrants to the workforce is undeniable. They provide a vital source of labor. This is especially true as the number of American-born workers declines. And finally, the economic fallout. Mass deportations would have a significant impact on the U.S. economy. The loss of millions of workers would create labor shortages in key industries. This would disrupt supply chains and lead to higher prices for consumers. Businesses would face challenges finding workers to fill vacant positions. This could lead to decreased productivity and slower economic growth. The overall impact would be negative for the country. Furthermore, deportations would mean a loss of taxpayers. Undocumented immigrants contribute to the economy through taxes to the tune of $146 billion per year. Removing them would result in a loss of revenue for the government. The economic consequences of mass deportations are far-reaching. The potential for negative consequences is significant. A deportation reality check. While Trump has made strong statements about deportations, the reality is more complex. The economic dependence on undocumented immigrants cannot be ignored. Mass deportations would be highly disruptive and costly. It is unlikely that large-scale deportations will occur. The economic consequences are too great. Businesses and industries rely heavily on immigrant labor. Furthermore, there would be strong opposition from various groups. Immigrant rights organizations would challenge any attempts at mass deportations. The legal battles would be lengthy and expensive. While the Trump administration may continue to focus on immigration enforcement, it is unlikely that mass deportations will become a reality. And that is why Trump will likely deport 0 inches immigrants. We shall see.